What's up everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, I'll show you how to fix an office chair that sinks down. This is the result of the gas cylinder failing and not holding up the chair. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe for more how-to and review videos. Now, let's get into it. First, this video is not for a gas cylinder replacement, or for repairing the existing cylinder to normal operation. In this video, I'll set the existing gas cylinder at a fixed height. It will be a clean process. The modifications are internal, and there will be no visible sign that the change was made. It'll look exactly the same. When sitting in the office chair, your knees, waist, and elbows should be at right angles. This is the recommended configuration for optimal ergonomics. It is very likely that you can lock your chair at this ideal height and eliminate the need for height adjustment. The only time I use my height adjustment is when the faulty cylinder leaks down and I have to raise it back up. My chair has been randomly sinking, so let's get started. First, flip it upside down so you can work on it. I put it on this table, and I put a binder under the headrest to support it. Perfect. Adjust the cylinder to the desired height. For me, it's fully extended, all the way up. Next, remove the clip at the bottom of the cylinder. Just pry up the spring-loaded locking tab and slide it off. Then, remove the flat washer. With these removed, the wheels and cylinder housing can be lifted off and set aside. Notice that a plastic and metal washer fell out when I lifted it off. I'll put them back in place. So, this is what we have on the rod: a rubber washer, then a steel flat washer, and a plastic washer. This area must be filled in with something rigid, which will bear our weight and compression. There are a couple options. Fill the space between the washers, or eliminate the washers and fill the entire space. The rubber and plastic washers are only present to absorb the impact of dropping the seat all the way down, so it's not just metal smashing on metal. In my opinion, they can be eliminated. Let's measure it both ways. With the washers, the gap is 3 inches. Without the washers, the gap is 3 5/8. The spacer must fit over the rod, which measures 0.388 inches OD. And the spacer must fit inside the tube, which measures 1.108 inches ID. So here's the drawing of what's required. The commercially available options are pretty much limited to black pipe or PVC pipe. Here's a table showing black pipe and PVC pipe ODs and IDs to help you make a decision for your own specific chair. The ODs are the same. The PVC has a little bit thicker of a wall, resulting in a slightly smaller ID. I have a variety of pipes, so we'll find something. I do have this 3/8 by 3 inch long pipe nipple, which is perfect. I would consider my search complete at this point, but since I'm making a helpful how-to video for you, I'll also cut some lengths of 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch PVC, and some 3/4 inch black pipe. Then we'll have a couple options, and we can check the fits. So this is what we have. I also have some heavy-duty die springs. I thought maybe it would be helpful using a spring in series with a rigid spacer to provide some dampening. Just a thought. First, here's the 3/8 black pipe nipple. It's a good fit on the rod, and it stays on the washers. This is a good option. Here's a 3/4 inch black pipe. The OD is a great match to be in line with the cylinder body, but the clearance is very excessive on the rod. Here's the 1/2 inch PVC. It stays on the washers, but the fit is a little sloppy. And here's the 3/4 inch PVC. Same story as the 3/4 inch black pipe. The ODs are the same, and the IDs are very close. Looking at the bore on the wheel housing, both 3/4 inch pipes fit very well. This will keep them centered. Since I have all of these samples available, I have a few options. For material, steel versus plastic, I'm going with steel. It is much stronger and will be supporting my weight. For diameter, larger is stronger. I'm going with the 3/4 inch black pipe, but the fit is sloppy and it needs to be centered up on the rod. Conveniently, this rubber washer is a perfect fit. It's a little bit tight, so it won't slide around inside of the pipe. It'll stay put at this end. Now the other end of the pipe needs to stay centered on the rod. This plastic washer almost fits, it's just a little too big. I decided to grind the OD down a little bit to make a perfect fit. Perfect! If your existing parts don't happen to work out perfectly for you like this, here's another option. The plug from drilling a hole with the 1-inch hole saw fits in the ID of the 3/4 inch pipe perfect. Another idea is to wrap some electrical tape around, one spot at the top and one spot at the bottom, to build up an OD. This will keep the pipe centered when it is installed. So there's a couple ideas. You have options. Now let's finish this up. I'm installing the rubber washer at the bottom to keep the bottom centered on the rod. Now I'm installing the modified plastic washer on the top to keep the top centered. Looking good. Place the wheel assembly back onto the cylinder. Reinstall the flat washer and reinstall the spring clip onto the rod end. Now we're all set. The chair is back in business at the desired fixed height and looks exactly the same. No more sinking down, and the die spring was not required. The chair feels fine, no issues. You may be able to do this at no cost with existing materials, or for a couple dollars by purchasing a pipe nipple from the hardware store. That wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. I post a new one at least once a week. Drop any comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.